स्टार्ट करते हैं आज का फीचर्ड टेस्ट फुल कोर्स में बायोलॉजी के एमसीक्यूज। फर्स्ट एमसीक्यू व्हाट इज द प्राइमरी रोल ऑफ डीएनए प्रोब्स इन डिजीज डायग्नोस। सो प्रोब क्या चीज है? प्रोब असल में हमारे पास एक ओलिगो न्यूक्लियोटाइड स्ट्रैंड होता है जो हम अननोन डीएनए सीक्वेंस को मालूम करने के लिए यूज करते हैं। So option B is correct. To identify specific DNA sequence related to our disease. MCQ second पे आते हैं. Which of the following is a key application of RNA probes in disease diagnosis? They detecting viral RNA in infected cells. Mostly हम इसको viral RNA के लिए जो है इसको यूज किया जाता है. So option A is correct. Third, monoclonal antibodies are produced using which of the following techniques? So hybridoma technology यूज करते हैं. इसमें होता है क्या चीज है? हम इसमें माइलोमा सेल्स लेते हैं. माइलोमा सेल असल में कैंसरियस सेल्स होते हैं और कैंसरियस सेल्स की जो एबिलिटी होती है वो क्या है? वो रैपिड मल्टीप्लीकेशन है. रैपिड मल्टीप्लीकेशन है. इनके साथ हम बी सेल्स लेते हैं. बी सेल्स जो है उसकी क्या प्रॉपर्टी है? ये एंटीबॉडी प्रोड्यूस करती है. तो अब इन दोनों को मिक्स किया जाता है. मिक्स करने के बाद इनसे बन जाता है हाइब्रिडोमा. अब ये जो हाइब्रिडोमा होते हैं, हाइब्रिड जो बन गया, ये तीजे के साथ एंटीबॉडी बनाती है. एंटीबॉडी तीजे के साथ क्यों बना रही है? क्योंकि यहां पे माइलोमा सेल्स है, कैंसरियस सेल्स है. अब ये जो एंटीबॉडीज जब इसकी तादाद बढ़ जाती है तो ये एंटीबॉडी आके इन्हीं कैंसरियस सेल्स या हाइब्रिडोमा सेल्स को कहा जाती है, खत्म कर देती है. और एट द एंड हमारे पास क्या रह जाता है? एट द एंड हमारे पास जो है सिर्फ एंटीबॉडी रह जाती है. ये एंटीबॉडी हम इसको फिर यूज करते हैं कैंसरियस सेल्स के ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, इसको यूज किया जाता है. सो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट. एमसीक्यूज 4 पे आते हैं. हाउ आर मोनोक्लोनल एंटीबॉडी यूज्ड इन अ डिजीज डायग्नोसिस? By targeting and binding to specific molecule associated with a disease. So option B is correct. 5th पे आते हैं. What is a key advantage of using monoclonal antibodies in a diagnostic testing? They are highly specific to a single target. Monoclonal इसीलिए इसको नाम दिया गया है. So one targeted disease. इसके लिए option C is correct. MCQ 6 पे आते हैं. Which of the following is not a component of DNA probe? An enzyme for DNA replication. ये उसका पार्ट नहीं है, कंपोनेंट नहीं है. Option C is correct. 7. What is the role of labeled probe in hybridization based diagnostic test? To bind to a specific DNA or RNA sequence of interest जो है उसके साथ बाइंड हो जाता है. So option B is correct. MCQ 8 पे आती है. What is the advantage of using PCR in a disease diagnosis? It allows for detecting a very small amount of pathogens की यूज किया जाता है. So option A is correct. MCQ 9 पे आते हैं. Which of the following is a common application of monoclonal antibodies in diagnostics? Detecting specific protein in blood samples के लिए यूज किया जाता है. So option A is correct. 10. What is the role of restriction enzyme in DNA analysis by disease diagnosis? आपको पता होना चाहिए restriction enzyme बैक्टीरिया में पाया जाता है. इसका काम है कि डीएनए को मखसूस साइट्स पे, इसको restriction sites कहते हैं, उसमें वहां पे कट कर देती है. So cut DNA at a specific sequence. उसको रिस्ट्रिक्शन साइट्स क्या? तो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट. 11. Which of the following is the primary nitrogenous waste product in human? Urea. Option C is correct. 12. Which type of organism primarily excrete ammonia as an main nitrogenous waste? उसको अमोनोटैलिक कहते हैं. ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट. 13. What is the main nitrogenous waste excreted by birds? यूरिक एसिड सीक्रेट करते हैं. ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट. 14. Which of the following is not a nitrogenous waste product? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. वो नाइट्रोजनस वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट नहीं है, वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट है लेकिन नाइट्रोजनस नहीं है. ऑप्शन डी इज करेक्ट. 15. What is the main nitrogenous waste product secreted by the most aquatic amphibian? वो अमोनिया रिलीज करते हैं. ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट. 16. Which of the following is the primary sites for gas exchange in the lungs? Alveoli. Option C is correct. 17. What is the main process by which the gases involved in and out of the lungs? Diffusion. So option C is correct. 18. Which of the following best describe the structure of alveoli that facilitate efficient gaseous exchange? Thin valve in large surface area. So option C is correct. 19. In the alveoli, oxygen moves from air to blood. Option B is correct. 20. In the alveoli, carbon dioxide move from blood to the air. So option A is correct. 21. The exchange of gases in the lungs occur between the alveoli and the capillaries. So option B is correct. 22. What is the approximate percentage of oxygen in inhaled air? So 21%. याद रखें, अगर हम ऑक्सीजन, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, नाइट्रोजन और वाटर वेपर जो है उसकी बात कर ले, तो फिर याद रखिए नाइट्रोजन 79% कांस्टेंट होता है इनहेल्ड और एक्सहेल्ड एयर में, लेकिन अगर हम ऑक्सीजन 21% इनहेल्ड करते तो 16% एक्सहेल्ड हो जाता है। कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड 0.04% इनहेल्ड कर देते और 4% एक्सहेल्ड होता है, और वाटर वेपर जो होता है ये वेरिएबल्स होती है। नेक्स्ट आते हैं एमसीक्यू नंबर 23 पे। व्हाट इज द अप्रॉक्सीमेट परसेंटेज ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इन एक्सहेल्ड एयर? 4%। ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट। 24. व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग डज factor does not increase the rate of gaseous exchange? Increase thickness of the alveolar and capillaries walls. Option D is correct. 25. Which of the following is the function of the respiratory system related to gaseous exchange? Transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide. 26. Hemophilia is typically inherited by an X-linked recessive trait. So option C is correct. 27. If a mother is a carrier of hemophilia, if a mother is a carrier of hemophilia, मदर जो है वो कैरियर है किस चीज के लिए? हीमोफीलिया के लिए, लेकिन वो खुद नॉर्मल है। इन द फादर इज अनअफेक्टेड, सो फादर जो है वो ठीक ठाक है। तो अगर देखा जाए तो इस कंडीशन में उसकी जो डॉटर बनेगी वो नॉर्मल होगी, इस कंडीशन में इसका जो बेटा होगा वो भी नॉर्मल होगा, इस कंडीशन में इसकी जो डॉटर होगी वो कैरियर होगी, और इस कंडीशन में उसका जो सन है वो जो है हीमोफिलिक होगा। What is the probability of their son having hemophilia? सन कितने हैं? 2 है, 2 में से एक हीमोफिलिक है, तो 100 में से कितने होंगे? 50% of their sons are hemophilic. 28 पे आते हैं। A female who carries the hemophilia gene. A female who carries the hemophilia gene. ये जीन कैरी कर रहा है। So may or may not have hemophilia depending on the other factors. बाकी भी डिपेंड करता है। ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट। 29. in hemophilia the mutated gene is found in the X chromosomes के ऊपर पाया जाता है, Y के ऊपर किसी किस्म का क्रोमोसोम नहीं होता। 30. if a male has hemophilia what is the source of mutated gene? अगर मेल में हीमोफीलिया आ रहा है, बेटे में आ रहा है, तो असल में हीमोफिलिक जीन जो है उसका मदर में था, फादर में नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि फादर का जो X क्रोमोसोम है वो उसकी डॉटर में जाएगा और वाई क्रोमोसोम जो है उसकी सन में शिफ्ट होगा। एमसीक्यू नंबर आते हैं सब 31. What is which of the following is not a type of joints? Tendons joints. Option D is correct. 32. What type of joint is found in the elbow? Hinge joints. Option A is correct. Elbow, knee, उसमें hinge joint पाया जाता है which move forward and backward. 33. Which of the following is the most common type of arthritis? Osteoarthritis. Option C is correct. 34. What is the most common symptom of osteoarthritis? Joint pain. 35. Which type of arthritis is autoimmune disease where the body immune system attack the joints? इसको rheumatoid arthritis कहते हैं। Option B is correct. 36. Which of the following blood vessels carry oxygen rich blood away from the heart? Arteries. Option A is correct. 37. Which of the following joint has most commonly affected by the arthritis? All of these. 38. In the smallest blood vessels where exchange of nutrients and waste product occurs, capillaries में exchange होता है। Option C is correct. 39. Which of the following is not a treatment options for the osteoarthritis? Antibiotics यूज नहीं किए जाते, एंटीबायोटिक्स बैक्टीरिया के लिए यूज किए जाते हैं। ऑप्शन डी इज करेक्ट। 40. What type of joint is a feature than the skull? इसको फेब्रियस जॉइंट कहते हैं, स्कल के जॉइंट इम्यूवेबल जॉइंट्स है। 41. What is the average length of menstrual cycles in an adult female? 28 days. Option B is correct. 42. Which phase of menstrual cycle involve the shedding of a uterine lining? इसको menstruation कहते हैं। Option D is correct. 43. Which hormone is primarily responsible for thickening of uterine lining during the menstrual cycle? Progesterone. Option D is correct. 44. What is the approximate duration of menstruation in typical 28? Menstruation कितने दिन का होता है? So 3 to 5 days. menses होती हैं. 45. What is the name of event when a mature egg is released from an ovary? That's event is called as the ovulation. So option B is correct. 46. Which of the following, which part of the brain is responsible for releasing gonadotropin, releasing hormone? Hypothalamus release करता है, pituitary glands के पास आते हैं. 47. What hormones trigger ovulation? ये luteinizing hormone का काम है कि ovulations को तेज करे, ovulations हो जाए. 48. What is the primary function of corpus luteum? To produce progesterone. Option B is correct. 49. Which blood vessel have walls to prevent backward flow of the blood? Vein. Option C is correct. 50. The blood vessel that carry blood from the heart to the lungs is a pulmonary artery. Option B is correct. 51. Which hormones is dominant during the follicular phase? Estrogens ज़्यादा होते हैं. 52. What is the main function of arterioles? They regulate blood flow into the capillaries bed. वहां पे vasoconstriction vasodilation भी होती है. 53. What is the term for the occasion for the cessations of the menstruation in older women? It's called menopause. Option C is correct. 54. Which of the following is the key idea of Lamarck theory of evolution? Inheritance of acquired character. So option B is correct. 55. According to Darwin theory of evolution, what is the driving forces behind the changes in the species over a time? इसको नेचुरल सिलेक्शन कहा था. सो लामार्क ने इनहेरिटेंस ऑफ रिक्वायर्ड कैरेक्टर का कॉन्सेप्ट दिया हुआ था. चार्ल्स डार्विन ने नेचुरल सिलेक्शन का कहा था. सर्वाइवल ऑफ फिटेस्ट जो था वो हर्बर्ट स्पेंसर का था. 56. लामार्क फेमसली यूज्ड फॉर एग्जांपल ऑफ जिराफा to illustrate this his theory. What did he propose about the giraffe necks? Its lengthened over generation, a giraffe stretched to reach the higher leaves. So option B is correct. 57. Which of the following is the difference between Darwin's and Lamarck theory of evolution? B. Lamarck believed in the inheritance of acquired character while Darwin did not. Option B is correct. 58. What is meant by survival of the fittest in Darwin theory? Option B. The individuals that are best adapted to their environments are more likely to survive and reproduce. 59. Lamarck theory of is often referred to as the theory of inheritance of acquired characters. Option C is correct. 60. During Darwin theory of evolution by natural selection is based on all of the following except inheritance of acquired character. वो Lamarck का था. 61. Which of the following statement best describe Lamarck view on how organisms evolve? Organisms adapt to their environment through the inheritance of acquired characters. So option C is correct. 62. Which of the following is an example of concept that is not a part of Darwin theory of inheritance? Inheritance of acquired characters. Option B is correct. 63. In Darwin theory, what is the role of competition in evolution? It leads to the differential survival and reproduction of individual with the advantageous traits. Option D is correct. 64. Which of the following is not a part of alimentary canal? Liver. Option C is correct. 65. The somatic intestine is the primary site for absorption of nutrients. Option B is correct. 66. What is the primary function of macrophage in immune system? Engulfing and destroying pathogens. Option B is correct. 67. What type of immunity is then acquired through vaccination? Artificial acquired active immunity. So option C is correct. 68. The following is the primary function of lymphatic system, returning tissue fluid to the bloodstream. वापस लाता है. So option B is correct. 69. Lymphatic vessels are similar to wall in that they have one way walls पाए जाते हैं. So option B is correct. 70. What is the primary function of enzyme to catalyze biochemical reaction? Option C is correct. 71. How do enzymes affect the rate of reaction? By decreasing the activation energy. So option B is correct. 72. The nucleolus, a structure within the nucleus, is primarily responsible for the synthesis of ribosomal RNA. So option C is correct. 73. Which organelle is responsible for modifying, sorting and packing protein and lipids? Golgi body का काम है, वो modifications करती है. 74. Which level of protein structure is determined by the sequence of amino acid in a polypeptide chain? Primary structures. So option C is correct. 75. What type of bond is primarily responsible for stabilizing alpha helix and beta sheet structure? Hydrogen bond. So option B is correct. 76. Which of the following is not the stage of cellular respiration where ATP is produced? Protein synthesis. Option D is correct. 77. In which part of the cell body glycolysis cell does glycosyl structure so occur in cytoplasm? So option B is correct. 78. Which of the following is the correct order of initial steps in HIV life cycle after the virus bind to the CD4? Binding in fusion, reverse transcription, integration, assembly, or transcription, translation, assembly, and budding in maturation. So option B is correct. 79. Which enzyme is responsible for converting HIV RNA into the DNA? Reverse transcriptase. So option D is correct. 80. Which of the following symptoms of AIDS? All of these. So option D is correct. Lastly, the first ever incident of AIDS was reported in the USA. So option A is correct. Wish you best of luck. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.